How's it going, everyone? My name is Michael SK, and welcome back to the Eden of Grisaia. So in the last episode, we went back to the lovely story of Angelic Howl to really see how things wrapped up in the valley. We're basically seeing things through Kazuki's perspective, and it's horrifying right off the bat. Last episode was terrifying, man. It was horrifying. It was disturbing, but we've lost the lives of two girls as they were murdered in some sort of way, and we're about to lose the life of another because she was stabbed many times with safety scissors, so I assume she's not going to live for too long, but the fact that she's alive is very surprising. So we shall continue reading and see what the hell is going to happen next. By the time we'd completed emergency first aid and carried the wounded back to their tents, the sun was already rising. On the verge of unconsciousness, Captain Sakashida told me the location of the food she's hidden away, and left its management in my hands.
どうやらここに埋めてあるみたいね。千秋さん、こんなところに隠してたんだ。
やっぱりね、絶対に隠してると思ってたんだ。あの女、独り占めするつもりだったんだ。
それは違うと思うわよ。
なんでさ、この場所先生だって知らなかったんだよ。
もし独り占めするつもりだったのなら、もうとっくに食べちゃってるわよ。だったらどうして？これはきっといよいよ最後という時に配給するつもりだったのね。誰だって最後ぐらい白いお米を食べてから死にたいでしょ。
それで死んじゃったら意味ないじゃん。食べずに我慢できる時期なんかとっくの昔に終わってたんだし、さっさと出すべきだったんだよ。
あなただったら出した？
私なら埋めたりしないで、とっとと一人で食べちゃうね。
Well, at least she's honest.
でしょうね。
つかさ、いつの間にかタメ口だよね、風見。
Ah, geez. I wonder why.
先輩というだけで尊敬しろと言われても。
なに？ほんと生意気なやつだな。
Wait a minute. She was the one who was trying to kill Kazuki, right?
ありました。クーラーボックス出てきました。
よしどけ、あとは私がやる。
ダメよ、食料は私が管理します。
うっせんだよ。そうやって今度はあんたが独り占めするつもりだろ。
No, but you are.
やめて。私そうやって争うなら、この食べ物は全部捨てます。
バカやめろ。
金田先輩。
What happened?
痛い。
金田さん？
After briefly crouching down and grabbing her head, Kaneda-senpai suddenly arched her neck backward and began rubbing the back of her skull against the ground. This bizarre outburst certainly didn't seem to be some kind of ploy to distract us from the food.
風見さん、どうしよう。金田さん、聞こえる？どこがどんな風に痛いの？痛い。頭が痛い。内側から破裂しちゃう。助けてよ。頭。
It looked as if she was instinctively trying to lower the position of her head.
小出さん、金田さんの体を上から押さえて暴れさせないように。
Yo guys, I have no idea what the hell's happening. Either she was trying to find a position that would lessen her agony somewhat, or her movements were involuntary, the result of something badly wrong with her head. If tilting her head downward was making the pain somewhat more bearable, then one possibility immediately came to mind. I don't know if I want to know what the possibility is. As Koide held Kaneda's convulsing body still, I reached into her nostrils and pulled out the cotton I'd stuff in them. As soon as I unblocked her nose, a large amount of blood began to flow from it.
小出さん、靴下を脱いで。吸水性の高い白い布がいるの、急いで。
I took the sock and pressed it to Kaneda-senpai's nose. Her nosebleed showed no signs of stopping. The stain that appeared on the sock was red at the center, but its outer edges were a light yellow.
鼻血に脳脊髄液が混ざってる。硬膜損傷だわ。早く出血を止めないと。
Holding her head low to minimize the flow of blood from the fracture near her anterior skull base, I squeezed her nasal cavity shut with my fingers, but the bleeding continued regardless.
どうしよう。しかない先輩と同じ症状だよ。大丈夫よ。とにかく髄液が鼻から漏れるのを止めれば助かるわ。止めるってどうやって？
Yeah, that's a good question.
とにかくテントに運びましょう。ここでは何もできないわ。わかった。
Jesus Christ, dude. Everyone's just dying. On the day of the accident itself, Shikanai Senpai had suffered a fracture on the base of her skull. While she was conscious immediately afterwards, she'd rolled herself into a ball, moaning while clutching at her head, just like Kaneda was doing now. She had died 10 minutes later. I don't remember hearing about this. Shikanai Senpai, who'd bled from both her ears and her nose, had probably suffered from, I have no idea how to pronounce that, as cerebrospinal fluid flowed out of her cranium, air rushed in to replace it. The pressure on her brain had caused her God damn it, I don't know these technical terms, to stop functioning and her body to stop breathing. At this rate, Kaneda would suffer the same fate. Damn.
すみません、金田先輩。おそらくはバス転落時の頭部損傷の時点で何らかのトラブルを抱えていたんだとは思いますが、私が顔面を殴ってとどめを刺してしまったようです。
I was gonna say, I feel like Kazuki has like some part of the blame here.
そっか。それも仕方ないよね。まあ、そういうこともあるさ。で、私、いつ死ぬのかな？
わかりません。10分後に死んでしまう可能性もありますし、あるいは数日持ちこたえるかもしれませんが。
どうせ死ぬなら早く死んで、さっさと楽になりたいな。
機能症は手術すれば治る怪我です。まだ諦めないでください。
ねえ、風見。私、死ぬ前に白いご飯が食べたいな。
そうおっしゃるだろうと思って、今小出さんにお米を炊いてもらっています。とは言っても、埋められていたクーラーボックスから出てきたお米は2合程度です。お腹いっぱいってわけにはいきませんが。
最後の食事としては上等かな。
まずは薄いお粥から体をなじませていきましょう。
せっかくだし、普通に炊いたご飯がいい。
もう何日もまともな食事をしていません。固形物を急にたくさん食べると消化不良を起こしますよ。
そういうもの？
消化能力が落ちているので、食べても消化することができずに吐き戻してしまいます。
And that doesn't sound fun at all.
そうなってしまえば、食べたものをすべて吐き出しても胃の痙攣が収まらずに、やがて血を吐くようになります。
Okay, that really doesn't sound like fun.
戦時中に物資輸送を断たれて食料に貧困した島から撤退した兵隊が、軍医が止めるのも聞かずに隠れて食事を大食いして何人も死んだそうですよ。
そんな死に方は苦しいだろうな。
ですから少しずつ慣らしていきましょう。もうすぐお粥が炊き上がるはずです。
そういえば小出遅いね。あいつ一人で全部食っちゃってるんじゃないよね。
小出さんにも同じように消化不良の話はしましたし、それはないと思いますけど。そうですね。他の人たちも気になりますし、少し様子を見に行ってきます。
Oh man, I got a bad feeling. I don't know about what, but I just have a really bad feeling. Even in a situation like this, I wanted to believe that we still had some shred of rationality left. Koide was an unusually cowardly young woman. I'd assumed that telling her you'll die if you eat would keep her from doing anything reckless. It was a naive assumption on my part. Uh-oh. In front of the primitive cooking furnace we'd built by piling up stones, I found Koide-san lying on the ground with her arms around her stomach. God fucking damn it. I knew I had a bad feeling. At her side, there was a single metal mess kit full of steaming white rice that looked freshly cooked. Most likely, the process of cleaning and cooking the precious food we discovered in that cooler had been too much for her to bear. As soon as the fluffy white rice was ready, she shoveled handfuls of it into her mouth, only to have her weakened digestive system reject it.
だからあれほど警告したのに。ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。
Okay, we don't need to hear that. There was blood in the vomit leaving her mouth. At this point, she'd throw up anything else she tried to eat in a similar way. She'd need to be fed intravenously, whatever that means. But of course, we didn't exactly have the necessary fluid lying around. Ah, through the good old needle.
テントまで運んであげたいけれど、腕を骨折していてそれもできないの。ごめんなさい。自分の足で立ち上がってテントまで行きなさい。そうしたら治療はしてあげる。
I really don't know if there's a point.
ごめんなさい。許して。
Okay, no thank you. Don't need to hear that. While I'd spoken of treating her, there was virtually nothing I can actually do. She didn't have the strength to digest any meal I might provide her. And without food, she wasn't going to last very long. It was only a matter of time until her body would be racked by fever, robbing her of the strength to stand. It seemed a particularly cruel way for someone who had survived so long in this hellish place to perish. Picking up the mess kit with the rice Koide-san had prepared, I headed for the tent where Captain Sakashida was lying. Our prompt first aid efforts, had apparently been effective. Her blood pressure had recovered, and she'd now regained consciousness. I placed the mess kit next to Sakashida's pillow and gave her a brief update on everyone's condition. She listened quietly, offering only brief responses.
そう。ということは、もう立って歩けるのはあなたと先生だけになってしまったわね。
Yep, unfortunately.
私もいつまで持つかはわかりません。
I was still lucid for now, but breaking my left arm completely had led to intermittent fevers. If my body lost the ability to generate those fevers, I might very well lose consciousness and never wake up again.
もう現状で頼りになるのは越智先生だけですが、その先生は一人にしてくれと言ったきり、一度も姿を見かけていません。
Fucking lovely.
きっと彼はお墓にいるわ。あの人は一人にしてはダメよ。彼はとても弱い人なの。
私に彼を止めろと。
心配ないわ。お墓にいると言っても、あなたが危惧しているような現場に遭遇するようなことはないから。
わかりました。様子を見に行ってきます。
お願いするわ。
この飯盒は置いていきます。おかゆですから食べられるようなら食べてください。
私はいいわ。あなたが食べなさい。
Well, it's true.
別に私の分をあなたにあげると言っているわけじゃありません。 私の分はちゃんと別に用意してあります。おそらく
私はもうすぐ死ぬわ。すぐに死ぬ人間に与える食事は制限なさいと言っているのよ。
動ける人間の食事を増やしたところで、結局は限られた食料をただ消費するだけの現状です。全てを食べ尽くしてしまえば全員死にます。であれば、たとえすぐに死ぬと分かっている傷病者であっても、食事は平等であるべきだと私は思います。
そう、こんな状況でも意見は変わらないのね。あなたは。分かったわ。でも今はとても眠いの。後で目を覚ました時にいただくわ。
But she probably won't wake up.
お大事に。
How exactly was she supposed to take care of herself under these circumstances? If you'd asked me, I wouldn't have been able to reply. Still, the fact that she could hold a coherent conversation was a positive sign. She probably wouldn't die for another 2 days or so. By this point, I was keeping a running count of how long everyone had to live, as if I were some angel of death. How many days had passed since the accident anyway? I couldn't remember off the top of my head. The question was beginning to feel pointless. Pushing my way through the thick undergrowth, I found the barely visible trail that led to the burial ground Amane and I had visited last night, or the grave site, as Sakashita called it. Given that we'd all be ending up here sooner or later, the idea of paying it a visit wasn't particularly appealing, and in my weakened state, the slight uphill slope proved a tedious challenge. Eventually, the uphill path came to an end, and a level clearing came into view. As I drew closer, I could hear the sound of someone digging with a shovel. And of course, the responsible party was Mr. Ochi. His shirt was plastered to his back with sweat.
何をなさっていらっしゃるのですか？
風見か。
After glancing briefly in my direction, he turned back to his digging without meeting my gaze. In a sense, it seemed rather impressive that he still had the energy to be digging holes. But then again, when your accumulated fatigue passes a certain threshold, your body sometimes grows numb to the fact that it's exhausted. In this place, chosen as a burial ground simply because the ground was somewhat softer, 5 graves had already been dug. Of course, they were nothing but simple, unmarked mounds of earth. Their main purpose was to prevent infection, not to memorialize the dead. 5 mounds of earth, 5 graves. And lying in the grass next to Ochi, who was digging a new hole, were the bodies of Sakuma Minori and Ibuki Haruna.
わざわざ運んできたのですか？
放置しておくわけにもいかんだろう。
The 2 corpses, stretched out next to each other, were already surrounded by a swarm of flies. Ah, that's lovely. If we left them exposed, they would be infested with maggots within a day, and as they rotted, the bodies would become hotbeds of disease, potentially harming those of us still living. The 2 of them had been placed quite carefully in the grass. Their hands were folded in front of their chests. Had Mr. Ochi done that? Sakuma Minori had died from a stab to the gut. Haruna Ibuki had died from a blow to the head by the guy standing over to the left right there. Good job, man. Good job. But right now there was no trace of pain or bitterness on their faces.
何か用があってきたんだろう。
はい。食事をお持ちしました。それと状況の報告を。
At this, Ochi paused in his labors and turned to stare at me. I suppose it would be more accurate to say that he was staring at the mess kit in my hands. He spoke 2 quiet words,
そうか。
then stuck his shovel in the ground and accepted the food from me. Finding a spot in the shade of a rock wall, Ochi sat down with his back against it, silently opened the mess kit, and began to eat the thin gruel, flavored only with a pinch of salt.
では、どこからお話ししましょうか？
As those words left my mouth, Ochi visibly flinched. Perhaps he was bracing himself for a torrent of condemnation. Condemnation? I don't know what I'm saying anymore. And reproach. Instead, I summarized the condition of the wounded and briefed him on our current food supply. Every word I spoke concerned the present. I didn't lament the past or criticize the choices we made. That's my job. I didn't express my fear of the future or ask him how we might survive this horrible situation. I spoke of the present and nothing else. Mr. Ochi, for his part, listened silently as he ate, saying nothing at all. Eventually, after his metal spoon had repeatedly scraped against the bottom of the mess kit, Ochi appeared at least somewhat sated. Looking up at me, he murmured a few quiet words.
君は俺を恨んでいるだろうね。
Well, you went a little batshit crazy last night.
人を恨んだところで事態は好転しません。
僕が全部悪いんだ。渋滞を嫌って予定にない道を選んだのも俺だ。それに最初に死体を食い始めたのも俺だ。最初は確かに埋葬していたんだ。死んでしまった子を思い、ひざまずいて手を合わせて冥福を祈るような真似もしていた。けどね、どうしても空腹には逆らえなかった。それは人として絶対にしてはいけないことだと頭では分かっていてもどうすることもできない。こいつらだって俺の荷物から食料を盗み食いしたじゃないかって。そんな風に考えるようになったらもうどうでもよくなっていた。それからは死んだ部員の死体を抱え埋葬にかこつけては最低の行為を繰り返した。ある日いつものように空腹に耐えかねて飯盒で死体の指を煮ているところを部長の坂下に見られたんだ。俺はね、坂下に頬を張られたよ。坂下はさ、怒鳴り散らすでもなくただ無言で涙を流して下唇を噛みながら俺を睨むんだ。きっと坂下の喉からは恥を知りなさいって言葉が口まで出かかっていたんだと思う。俺はもう頭の中がぐちゃぐちゃになって情けなくて恥ずかしくて惨めで坂下に泣いて許しを請うたんだ。いい年をした大人の男が年もゆかない女の子の足にしがみついて何度も何度も許してくれって大声で泣き叫んだ。どうしようもないことだと分かっていてもどうすることもできなかった。誰にもどうすることもできなかったんだ。ああするしかなかったんだ。だから坂下のことは恨まないでやってほしい。悪いのは全部俺なんだ。
No, I will blame Sakashita because she didn't do anything to stop him. You know?
どうして今そんな話を？
Sometimes you just gotta vent.
どうせもう誰も助からない。この世の終わりの先にあの世があるかどうかなんて俺にもわからないけれど、もしそんな世界があるとしたのならこの世の遺恨をあの世に持ち込みたくない。こんな死に方をする以上俺の行く先は地獄と呼ばれるような場所だろう。だったらせめて坂下は悪くなかったと、あいつは立派な部長だったのだと誰かに知っておいてほしい。
Yeah, no.
ただそれだけのエゴだよ。
There was no need to be worried about any of that. Once you're dead, everything's over. If anything, we should be concerning ourselves with the effect the rumors were going to have on the families we'd leave behind. Also, I didn't hate Captain Sakashita nearly as much as people seem to think. In fact, I actually identified with her in some respects, particularly the way she'd been arbitrarily branded as a cold person. Most people form their opinions of her solely on that basis instead of trying to understand her. Even if their simple school clubs, organizations of any size always need a scary person or two, by playing that role, she'd maintained order on the team. She could be excessively harsh to the other team members, and to some degree that was just part of presenting herself as a leader. But in time, she'd come to understand that her role came with real responsibility. I'll take responsibility. Speaking those words had clearly been satisfying for her, but they'd also added to the weight bearing down on her shoulders. And no responsibility is heavier than of breaking a taboo. An impossibly weighty burden had thrown itself at her feet, weeping and begging, and beginning for forgiveness, I would have said begging, the world would never offer. Ochi had broken under unspeakable stress. It would have been impossible to comfort him with words alone. All that could be done was to allow him to indulge in the gluttony and lust that had overwhelmed his sense of morality. Sakashita had chosen to become the outlet for this man's desperate desires. When I tried to imagine her emotional state at the time, I felt genuine sympathy for her. And of course, once the dam was broken, she was simply borne along by the flood. However, if the truth of what happened here ever became public, she was through. The pity and scorn of strangers would haunt her for the rest of her life. The stain of these events would never ever to fade. To return to society bearing it for all to see was simply unthinkable. It had to be washed out here, where the deeds had been done. Under those circumstances, it was small wonder that she'd seen my attempt to escape with Amane as unforgivable. Her irritation at the more freewheeling members of the team was similarly understandable once her emotions reached the boiling point. She'd been unable to tolerate Sakuma-senpai and her apparent irresponsibility. No matter what the circumstances, the things Sakashita had done were unforgivable. But even so, I had a certain respect for her, and I believe there was kindness in her heart. There's kindness in a lot of people's hearts who are a piece of shit. But I don't know. I can't agree with Kazuki here. I really can't. Things could have been different in my opinion. I will stand by that. And a lot of what happened was because of the fact that Sakashita was the way she was. And I stand by it, man. I certainly didn't want to be her friend, but if she'd ever been placed on trial for her crimes, I would willingly have testified for her defense.
何やら先生はすっかり諦めムードが濃厚なご様子ですが、まだ助かる見込みはあります。
もう、そういう気休めは聞き飽きたよ。
昨夜、私が逃がした周防あまねがまだ戻ってきません。彼女がうまく脱出に成功すれば。
うまく脱出できる可能性はどれくらいと見積もっている？
正直な数字を聞きたいですか？
どれぐらいだ？
10%。
Damn, dude.
期待するには低すぎる数字だな。
Yeah, but it's something.
確かに極めて可能性は低いです。正直、偶然に期待するしかないでしょう。ちなみに先生が脱出を試みられた時、私はもう少し高い数字で期待していました。
Hey, what the fuck happened?
すまない。
Wasn't it raining though?
別に責めているわけではありません。先生には体力的な期待と地元とは言わないまでも多少なりとも地理的な知識があるとの判断で数字を高く見積もっていただけです。
確かにね。知っている道がすぐそばにある。俺の実家はここから約50キロ圏内だし、学生時代は車で毎日のように通った道だ。けどね、その知っている道があるという過信が良くなかった。きっとこっちだ。 多分あっちだと勘を頼りに歩いているくせに妙な確信のようなものに引っ張られて間違った道をどんどん進む。このまま進めば夏に大学のサークルでキャンプしたキャンプ場に出るはず。キャンプ場に出られれば助かるかもしれない。そんな風に間違った道を延々と進む。間違っていることに気がついてもそれを認めることができない。認める勇気がない。結局は見覚えのある場所をぐるぐると回るだけ。それなら知らない道と割り切って迷わずまっすぐ突き進む方がマシ。
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
先生
Oh, that doesn't sound good.
先生、吐かないで。内臓の痙攣が止まらなくなります。無理にでも飲み込んで。
Did he eat that fast?
大丈夫だ。慣れてる。もうずいぶん前からこんな調子で。
Yeah.
いつ頃から？
ここを出て一人で救助を求めに出た時に口にした木の実が原因かもしれない。
Well, that's a smart fucking idea. Hey, this fruit looks like fruit. I better eat it.
最初はうまいうまいと食っていたが1時間もすると腹に火がついたみたいに痛くなって夜明けまで何度も吐いたんだ。それ以来時々こうして痛みがぶり返す。出発前に鳥が食わないような木の実は食うなと風見に忠告されたがその通りだったな。
先生、診察してもよろしいですか？まずは目を見せてください。
Holding Ochi's puffy eyelids open with my fingers, I peered in to examine his eyeball. Next, I pulled up on his rough, cracked upper lip. Both his eyes and his gums were showing clear signs of jaundice.
肝炎による肝不全かも。
Ah, good old hepatitis. But where had the hepatitis come from? A viral infection?
何か変わったものを食べましたか？
さっき言った通り木の実を食べた。赤い実で中にコーヒー豆のような大きな種があった。
Could that really be the cause?
下痢をしていますか？
もうずいぶん前からね。時々真っ赤な便が出る。
出血性下痢ですね。尿の方はどうですか？
なんだかひどく茶色い小便が出る。
Hemolytic... I don't know what any of this is. Hemolytic urema?
お腹を見せていただけますか？
ああ。
When Ochi lifted up his shirt, I saw that his stomach was horribly distended.
腹水を起こしてますね。腹部に天井出血があります。消化管出血かも。
Jesus fucking Christ. This wasn't just an issue with his liver. Bacterial toxins had shut down his kidneys. The man was experiencing multiple organ failure.
どうしてもっと早く言ってくれなかったんですか？
早く言えばどうにかなったのか。
Probably not, to be honest.
遅かれ早かれ血小交換が必要です。どうすることもできません。
ならこれが運命なんだろうさ。
That wasn't what I'd meant. If we were dealing with highly infectious bacteria, everyone else might be in danger as well. Cruel as it might sound, had we been able to quarantine Mr. Ochi early on, it could have prevented others from catching his disease.
それにしても感染源は一体。
What the fuck? In an unsanitary environment polluted by feces and urine, a human being is a breeding ground for viruses, germs, and bacteria, and infections can easily spread through water and food. What if He'd eaten contaminated food stuff, quote unquote, without preparing it properly. Looking at Mr. Ochi's swollen purple flecked stomach, it was easy to picture the toxic viruses within laying waste to his internal organs. In retrospect, the answer seemed almost obvious. The ultimate cause was...
おそらく例の鹿肉が原因ですね。E 型肝炎です。
Evidently at a loss for words, Mr. Ochi hung his head in crestfallen silence.
私とアマネ以外は鹿肉を口にしています。他の子たちにも感染しているかもしれません。なんとか治療法を考えないと。
I really don't know if there's a point.
俺の治療はもういい。これは運命というよりは天罰なのだろう。生き残す価値のある人間だけを救えばいい。どうせ死ぬなら楽に死にたいと考えるような俺のような人間にその価値はない。俺はやれるだけのことをやってここで死ぬよ。
やれるだけのこと？
埋めるのさ、死体を。ここで起きたことを外に漏らさないためにね。
Bad premonitions tend to be the most reliable by far, and in this particular case, my fears proved remarkably accurate. The hepatitis that had ravaged Mr. Ochi's body spread to all the other team members who'd eaten the venison. Over the next 2 to 4 days, they all died, leaving only the two of us alive. Fuck, dude. Damn. Alright, we're gonna stop it here. God damn, dude. Fuck. This all sucks. This really does. Alright, I don't have anything to say. If you enjoyed, please leave a like. If you want to see more, subscribe. Oh man, I thought we were all done with Angelic Howl and the Fruit of Grisaia. That shit was fucking tough to go through. This is hard, man. If not harder. God damn it. Alright. I'll see you guys next time.